it's Shawnee, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So today I'm going to be doing a video that I am super excited about, and this is on the new NYX Macaron Lippies. Now if you guys haven't heard, NYX recently came out with 12 different colored lipsticks. And when I say different colors, I'm not saying like, you know, a couple reds, a couple pinks, a couple neutrals. No. These are in the most crazy colors you guys will have ever seen at the drugstore. NYX came out with lipstick colors like a blue, a green, a gray, a yellow. They came out with the most crazy, really fun lipstick colors. Now NYX came out with 12 different shades of these really fun colored lipsticks. They retail for about $6 or $7 at Ulta or NYXcosmetics.com. And before I get like kind of bad comments on like who would wear those kinds of lipsticks, those are ugly on you, why would you ever even buy that? Remember that makeup is an art form. It's very subjective. What I think is beautiful, somebody else may not, and vice versa. So if these aren't your cup of tea, if you would never go out wearing a blue lipstick, totally understandable. I respect that, but you also have to respect people who are willing to go out and rock a blue or a green lipstick. Now, even more than that, even if you wouldn't go out with bright blue lips, which as I said, pretty understandable because not everybody can pull that kind of thing off. These are also really amazing for mixing and for layering. So remember, if you put a blue lipstick on top of a red lipstick, blue and red combined, you're gonna get purple. You will probably get one of the best purple lipstick combos you've ever done. These are fully like makeup artist items or anybody who wants to experiment with color and have fun with their makeup. If you're kind of bored of your traditional red, pink, neutral lipstick colors, check these out. These can really expand the colors you already have in your collection because you can mix, you can layer, you can do so many fun things with these. And as I said, if these are not your cup of tea, please just be respectful in the comments below. I understand that not everybody will like these, but I was personally really excited about them because I think they're gonna be really fun to play with. So this is what the packaging of the NYX Macaron Lippies look like. It's black on the top and bottom, but the center is clear, and that's actually the real lipstick inside, so you can actually see the true color of the lipstick that is inside. This particular shade is called Blue Velvet, but one thing that I love about all of these lipsticks is they are all cream finishes. There is no shimmer in any of them. They are just true opaque color. Now just from the playing around that I've done with these colors, I have noticed that the texture and the pigmentation of all of them is not very consistent across the board. Some of them have better textures than others. So I'm just gonna get into an in-depth review on each individual shade, and I'm gonna be trying them on as well as showing you guys up close swatches on my hand and talking about each individual texture as I go through them. So let's get right into each of the individual swatches. So this first shade in the collection is called Rose, and I know I look kind of crazy right now. This is a very light white-based pink shade. It doesn't look that insane in the tube. It definitely comes across with a much more white base on your lips. So this one is definitely the most normal, or one of the shades you would probably be able to find in MAC or something. It kind of reminds me of maybe like Saint Germain or Snob, maybe a little bit lighter with more of a white base to it. This next shade is called Orange Blossom, and this one, while in the tube looks kind of like a tangerine orange, it definitely pulls a lot more yellow on your lips. On my lips it kind of looks like an egg yolk type color, like a very yellowy orange. The only thing about this one is it didn't go on as creamy as the one before, Rose. Rose was very creamy, full color, and practically one pass. This one was a little patchy, and you definitely had to build it up with at least 4 or 5 swipes to get a good opaque color. Alrighty guys, this next shade is called Key Lime, and this is practically a neon green color. It is a almost neon grass green. This one had a very similar texture to the last one. It wasn't super creamy or opaque, so you definitely had to build it up with 4 or 5 layers to get this like intense green color. This one would be a fun one for like St. Patty's Day or something. I think it's really fun, really an interesting color green that you don't really see a lot. Not that green lipstick is super popular, but even the green lipsticks that I have seen, I don't think I've seen anything quite this neon, so this is kind of fun. Alrighty guys, this next shade is called Blue Velvet, and this one is probably my favorite so far. It is a incredibly bright, gorgeous, like royal blue color, and it's so in your face and so fun, and the formula on this one is incredible. It's very similar to Rose, super creamy, 1 or 2 swipes, and you have really nice opacity on your lips. One of the most beautiful blue colors I have to say I've ever seen. The next lipstick is the first of the 2 purples that are in this collection. This one is called Violet, and this in my opinion is completely and totally wearable. It is a very beautiful bright purple violet color, but it's not too in your face, it's not too loud or, you know, too much. I definitely think this is, in my opinion, wearable. I would completely wear this out on a daily basis. This next shade is Pistachio, and this is a really gorgeous kind of greeny blue type color. Perfect turquoise, really nice formulation, very similar to Blue Velvet, completely opaque in 1 or 2 swipes, and it just goes on so nicely. And this is also a really nice, very striking color. I'm having a hard time not looking at myself in the viewfinder just because of this crazy color that's on my lips, but I love it. It's so cool. This next shade on my lips is Citron, and this is the most yellow out of all of the shades in the collection. This one is kind of like a yellowy orange. It's definitely a lot more yellow than the Orange Blossom that I showed you guys earlier. This one does have a very similar formula to Orange Blossom though. It's kind of patchy. It definitely needs to be built up. Once you do, you know, 4 or 5 layers, you can get it to be opaque, but you definitely have to work with it a little bit. Okay, this next shade is called Earl Grey, and this one is kind of a periwinkle grayish purpley blue type color. It's a very much more muted blue than Blue Velvet that I showed you guys earlier. That one was definitely very bright. This one has quite a bit of gray tones in it, but it is a really nice periwinkle color. Very unique. I've never seen a lipstick quite this color, so I really do like it a lot. This next shade is called Lavender, and it is exactly what you think it would be. It is a very light lavender purple color. This is the second out of the 2 purples that NYX released in this collection, and it is definitely the lighter out of the 2. Another one which I think is a fairly unique color. I don't think I've seen kind of a purpley lavender colored lipstick like this. So this next shade is called Black Sesame, and this is a very light, like a dove gray type color. This one I know has been catching the interest of a lot of people because I don't think anybody has quite seen a light gray lipstick like this before. It's quite interesting, and to be honest, it doesn't look that bad. I don't think I'd wear this out, but I can definitely use this to mix with other lip colors like a red or a purple or something. And I think this would give a really interesting twist to a classic lip color. This next shade is called Coconut, and it is your standard white lipstick. I say standard white as if like every company has a white lipstick, but it's just a creamy white. I mean, there's nothing else to really say about it. The texture is pretty nice. It goes on pretty nice. It's a little bit patchy on the first or second stroke, but you can definitely build it up to get opaque, white out whiteness on your lips. Okay guys, and the last lipstick in this entire Macaron collection is a black. This one is called Chambord, and it is just a typical black creamy lipstick, extremely dark, extremely opaque, really great formulation on this one. It's not patchy or streaky at all, which is always nice. And it's also very creamy, which is also really, really nice, especially for a black lipstick. Okay, so I went and put Violet back on because honestly, that is my favorite shade out of all 12. I know that's kind of probably slightly disappointing that my favorite shade out of all of the crazy colors is the most wearable one, but to be honest, this is actually the one that I think I would wear alone. It's probably the one I'm gonna get the most use out of anyways, but out of all 12 of the shades, they are all really, really unique, really different, especially for drugstore, especially for $6 a pop. You really cannot beat this. Out of all of the shades, my favorites I would have to say, obviously Violet, but I also really, really love Blue Velvet, which was that first really, really bright, bold blue color. And I also really love Pistachio, which is kind of the minty turquoise color. Super, super beautiful, great formulations on all three of these. As you saw throughout the video and as I talked about throughout the video, the formulations are definitely hit or miss. They all have a cream finish, but some of them are a lot more opaque than others, and some of them kind of go on patchy and streaky. You can build all of them up to full opacity if that's what you desire, but some of them will require some more work than others. I definitely noticed any of the ones that had kind of a yellow dye or a yellow pigment in them, like Orange Blossom and Citron. These two in particular were some of the worst offenders of the, you know, patchy, streaky, need to be built up type thing. So I think it may be something to do with the yellow dye that they use is kind of making the lipsticks not as creamy. But overall, I have to say, for a drugstore bright colored lipstick, these are pretty darn good. These do remind me of the Lime Crime lipsticks, which I know a lot of people are comparing these to, because Lime Crime is one of the very few makeup companies that does have crazy, bright, fun colored lipsticks. And I have to say, the Lime Crime ones, from what I've swatched, I don't own all of the crazy colored Lime Crime ones. I do own some of their other ones, like their reds, pinks, corals, and those types of colors. Just from what I've swatched and what I've seen, the Lime Crime ones are definitely a lot more creamy, a lot more pigmented, and a lot more opaque overall. Especially in regards to like the yellow and the orange and colors like that. But I also don't think the Lime Crime ones are necessary unless you know you're gonna be wearing, you know, that bright colored lipstick all the time, because the Lime Crime ones are, I believe, $16 or $18 a piece, which is pretty high for, say, like a bright blue or a mint green lipstick. So if you're looking for something to kind of satisfy your craving for a bright, bold, very different colored lip, and you don't want to spend almost $20 on a lipstick, I think these will be your best bet from the drugstore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. As I said earlier in the video, I know these won't be everybody's cup of tea, but please be respectful down in the comments. I know not all of the shades looked great on me or anything like that, but these are just gonna be really fun colors to play with, to mix with, and that's what makeup is all about. It's to have fun. You don't have to take makeup too seriously. It is an art form. It is something to be played with and something to have fun with, and I do think that these NYX Macaron Lippies do offer something different to the drugstore that we haven't seen before. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!